The 405th Infantry Division is a maker community and costuming club helping Halo fans build and collect costumes and props as seen in the Halo games. These folks are incredibly talented. These suits you're looking at here are completely homemade. Each of these people designed and built their own suit. And these folks weren't just born into the world with knowledge on how to create this sort of stuff. They learned from this community, from the 405th. This site, these forums, for all these people, was a gateway into creating something that they are just so incredibly passionate about. And you could see their passion in the suits they make. And it's not just a costuming group or just a forum. These guys, they're all friends. I had the pleasure of meeting some of these guys this past year, and you could go up to them and they'll know nothing about you other than you're dressed as Master Chief and you totally love Halo, and that's all they need to want to be your best friend. The site groups members into divisions to help people communicate with folks that are a little more local, and I, being a Canadian, am part of the Canadian division. And every year, the Canadian division hosts a Secret Santa where members who want to participate build each other props anonymously. That is, until Christmas time rolls around and it's revealed who everyone made a gift for. But anyways, this was my first year taking part in this tradition, so I'm going to read you some of the instructions that I was given, and I'm going to show you how I made the gift that I'm going to give away. So, where to begin? Well, how about a nice, quiet, blissful night in late August of 2022 when I found myself scrolling through the forums. The Frost Ravens are spinning up while Ungoy Elf air crews are frantically attaching the last touches of sleigh bells and lights to prepare for the holiday season. That's right, the Canadian Regiment Secret Santa is back. St. Haley Claus and all his workshop elves are very busy, as usual it seems, and require our help to spread the Halo Day cheer this December. So come, join our annual gift exchange, dear Canadians. To help organize this gift exchange, a Google form that is run by regiment staff is linked below to fill out your contact information as well as a quick letter to Santa so they can figure out some fun, personalized items that you may like. All participants must enter their names by August 26th to be included in the pairings. Later that evening, you'll receive your pairing through a message on the form and your included email. August 29th. Good afternoon, dear Santa. Today is the day that we reveal to you everything you need to know about your Secret Santa child. Your very special child is Schankerz. You may or may not know them, but thanks to the power of the internet and the hints they wrote in their letter to you, you could start getting some ideas for the first check in 2 weeks from now. Schankerz wrote you this letter. Hey, what up? It's me, your boy, back at it again for some super slick 405th holiday cheer. While I would love any creation you have in mind, whether it be a prop, art, or display piece, I could also give you a few specifics. My next Halo project is the Infinite Rakasha Armor Core, so any Infinite prop relating to this build would be pretty neat. I'm also a sucker for any of the Reach or Infinite weapons, so if you've got an inkling to make one of those, I'd love that too. Best of luck, friend. I can't wait to see what you create. P.S. Don't forget to give those Ungoy elves some cookies. They deserve it. An odd message to be sure, but I assume that means he'll be happy with anything fun that you create. As the mailing date approaches, you'll be given the mailing address, but for now, get your thinking cap on for what you're going to make. Our first check-in is in 2 weeks from now to make sure you've got a concept of what you're going to build, but if you have any ideas before then, feel free to send them earlier. Yours truly, Canadian Secret Santa Ungoy Elf, 135. Well, as you heard, I need to make a gift for Schankerz. Now, I met Schankerz in August at Fan Expo in Toronto, and he's a pretty cool guy. From his letter, I know that he wants something to do with the Rakasha Armor Core in Halo Infinite, so I figured why not make him the entire helmet. So I printed the helmet in pieces, glued it together, reinforced it with some epoxy, and now I just have to do lots of Bondo, sanding, and filler primer to hide the seams and layer lines. My goal is to make this project with all the touches that I like a vacuum-formed visor, and you'll also see later in this video that the Arteus helmet that I'm making for him has these really cool teeth painted on the front of the visor. I know it sounds weird now, but trust me, when you see how it all comes together, you'll think it's really cool too. But before I can make the visor or anything like that, I've got to prepare this 3D printed helmet for paint.
I'll drop a beacon, but it'll be a while before anyone finds us. Years even.
need me.
As I finish putting on the last few details of the helmet, I could start talking about the color scheme. Now I'm starting with a base coat of the sand color, and I'm going to put that all over the helmet. After that, I mask off a few smaller areas to do some dark gray. After that, I protect it with a clear coat, and I'm going to do some weathering. The weathering is just a dark brown wash that is spread all over the helmet, and then I dab it off with a damp rag to make it look dirty and grimy and all that. I also go over all the edges with some silver to make it look like it's got some paint chips. After that, I start making the visor. There's lots to talk about when it comes to making the visor, so if you want to know all the details about making something like this, I've linked a full tutorial that I made right here. Long story short though, I'll be vacuum forming it over a 3D printed buck. Once it's vacuum formed, I take it outside to dye it a nice bold red color, and then later I spray it with some chrome to make it a one-way visor. Now that the visor is in, I could do a few smaller details on the helmet. I'm just painting some fabric straps that are going to go on the back, as well as some bungee cords and a little pouch that goes on the top of the helmet. Then I could go ahead and start painting the teeth on the visor. Acrylic paint can have a bit of a hard time sticking to plastic, so I had to do multiple coats, and then I went back with a popsicle stick to get the shape right. I know that these teeth wouldn't serve any actual practical purpose in the Halo universe, and if anything it makes it harder to see, but you know, I think it just looks so cool, and so that's why I'm painting these on. Along with the helmet, I want to send along a little nameplate for him, because let's be honest, Schankerz is probably one of the coolest names out there, and I just envision it written in graffiti or something in an alleyway. But I don't want to go too overboard with this little nameplate because I feel like I'm already doing that with the helmet. So what I'm going to be doing is wood burning it into this lovely piece of pine right here. Well, it's late enough that it can be considered early in the morning. I'm pretty sure it's about, 1:25 right now. But I had just finished the helmet, wanted to take some pictures of it before I sent it off. I'm so happy with how this helmet came out. From all the little details like these wires I added at the top, to the little pouch, the bungee cords, this strap here, and all the other little details, I'm just super happy with how it came out. And also the teeth. I did those twice. Second time I think they came out much better. Originally they were a little rough, but then afterwards I've redone them, and I think right now they look sloppy enough that it looks like whoever owned this helmet kind of painted them themselves, but they're still really clean, and I think they just kind of add that final little touch to the helmet that just brings it to life. I am honestly so happy with how this helmet came out. The weathering's amazing, the colors just fit so well, it fits on my head quite nicely, and the visor just sits in there so nicely. So unfortunately, that's all the time I get to spend with the helmet because I'm going to be giving it away soon. Honestly, I don't think I would do anything different if I did it again. I'm really happy with how it came out, and honestly, Schankerz, I hope you enjoy this helmet as much as I've enjoyed making it. Or what it looks like when it's on. Probably looks really goofy with hoodie. Yeah, I'm going to bed. That's not it. That's not all. Normally, because Canada is so vast, we send the gifts that we make for each other in the mail. So I packed up the helmet with lots of bubble wrap and packing peanuts so it wouldn't get hurt, and I also gave him a short letter that you could pause and read here if you wish. Everything was ready to go, but it just so happened that a couple of the folks from the Canadian division were going to be getting together for a photo shoot. I was invited, and also you could guess who was going to be there. That's right, Schankerz. So what I planned to do then was to just take the helmet with me to the photo shoot, and then kind of just leave it at Schankerz' house with a little note that says, do not open until Christmas. But it just so happened to come up, I was talking to him. Schankerz is partially responsible for organizing the Secret Santa, and so he had to, know who had who, so he knew the entire time that I was making him a gift. He didn't know what it was, but he knew that I was making him a gift. So anyways, instead of watching him open it over a Discord call on the 23rd of December, I just got to see him open it then. It's probably gonna make a mess.
Make noise?
Make a mess.
Oh. What's gonna make a noise?
Because I wasn't sure if I was bringing it up or shipping it, because we weren't sure if the photo shoot was happening.
Right.
So I wanted to make sure Canada Post wouldn't destroy it.
Everything. Yeah. That makes sense. Oh.
Oh, and there's a letter in there.
I see the word rakashashkasha.
Rakashashkaka.
Look at this. Oh. You would fit. Oh. The PS in case it got shipping.
Yes. I included a photo so that way.
Look at that. That's awesome. Did you just word this in yourself?
Yep.
That's awesome.
So look at that. He got me a Woodburn thing.
Yeah.
And then
you got a Woodburn thing. I got a Woodburn thing.
What? What are the chances?
Woo.
Oh, that's cool.
Look at all the packing nuts. Actually, stay away.
That's
I'm
okay.
so scared. Woo. That'll be good.
yeah, that's what I mean by it might make a mess.
Oh no! Holy
Lots of packing
smokes.
peanuts.
Is it your boy? The what? I recognize that top piece.
You do, eh?
You did not. You did not. Oh my word. The packing's gonna get to me. Be very careful. Unwrapping it very gently.
See what I mean? I had to be extensive with the wrapping. I did not want it.
Holy moly, man! Oh, it's holy cow! It's a beauty, Nate.
I don't know if it'll fit you, but if it doesn't, it's just a nice
pretty
mantelpiece.
Cool mantelpiece. If it doesn't, oh. But it looks so good.
That's pretty awesome.
The hardest part is the visor, because
Yeah,
like
I'm sure
painting
was.
it.
Is there more than thing I should open, or is it two?
No, there's just a helmet stand in there, and that's everything.
Oh, you got a helmet stand in there.
I included it last second. As a matter of fact, the paint's probably still wet. On the top.
That's actually pretty good.
Schankerz loves his helmet. Like, look at that face. That face is just of pure joy. It makes me so happy that he likes it so much. Later that night, he was telling everyone on the forums and on the Discord, showing off his new helmet. He's like, look what Nate made for me. Now, I know it doesn't actually fit him. I'm still not sure if there's an adjustment he can make to get it on his head, but, he told me that even if he can't wear it, he still loves it a ton. You may have heard me mention in that clip that he got me a Woodburn thing. Well, that's because it just so happens that for the Secret Santa, Schankerz drew my name to make a gift for. Like, we just traded names. What are the chances? Now, his gift wasn't ready for me when I was up there, so you'll have to wait to another video to see what it was. The only thing I could tell you is, it was too big to fit in the mail. It's a pretty hefty gift, and he certainly outdid everyone participating in the Secret Santa, including myself. So, until I could show you what that big gift is, he gave me this lovely wood-burnt coaster and this AI chip, and I think these are some seriously cool gifts. Well, that's where I'm going to leave you for now. If you're wondering about this Canadian Regiment Secret Santa stuff, well, there are quite a few people that participated. But that's the Canadian Regiment's story to tell, so if you're interested in seeing the gifts other folks made for each other, I've linked the thread in the video description. But don't forget about a video in the future sometime when I show you what Schankerz made for me. Don't forget to subscribe because I think you will love it.